Good afternoon. Today we're going to be discussing Atlas Corporation, who is a corporation who rents furniture. Well, they rent and sell furniture and appliances to individual customers. The customer's primary market focuses on customers who rent to own, and the customer pays a rental charge, which includes a 28% interest rate for a specified time, and at the end of that time, owns the furniture. Atlas has its own credit department for these contracts. Over the past 2 years, it has been difficult to collect customer payments in a timely manner. As a result, Atlas has experienced a sharp drop in profitability. The, the effect on profitability is such that Atlas now pays a higher interest rate, 8%, to its bank to carry its own indebtedness. Atlas wants the account receivable department to increase its collection of past due bills. It has turned to the HR department to develop a system to incentivize and reward the clerks who increase the dollars in collectness each month. Each account receivable clerk is a non-exempt hourly employee. So, with that being said, our question is, what do you think is a realistic goal for Atlas to set to reduce outstanding amounts each month? This can be stated in dollars or as a percentage of the amount currently due. So, I think a realistic goal would be 28% per accounts receivable clerk. If you take the $286,000 that is owed to the company and multiply it by the 28%, which I think is a feasible goal, that equals out to $80,080. And if you take that amount and divide it by 12, you would get $6,673.33 per month for each clerk. I believe this will help in reducing the amount owed to Atlas Corporation, and that it is also an achievable amount. It's not too high and not too low, and that the company is still, as far as it's not unrealistic considering the amount of indebtedness to the bank. And should this be an individual incentive or a team incentive or a combination of both? I think a combination of both would work for this company. You could use both an individual-based and team-based incentives to motivate the employees to increase the amount that they are collecting from their clients. By using the individual incentives, it would encourage individual accountability on how much each clerk is able to collect each month. This will make the top performer want to keep up their progress so the other clerks don't pass or surpass them, and it would almost make it like a competition between the clerks. I would suggest doing a survey to find out exactly what the employees would want as far as the incentives go. Once you find out what the overall consensus is, and if the incentives are feasible and don't cost the company too much, then I would suggest going ahead and proceeding with them. I also think a team incentive is a good idea. You could split the clerks up into teams. By doing this, you are creating teamwork. So, and again, it creates a competition between the clerks and the teams. And so, again, no team, like the individual award, no team would want to be on the bottom, so they would help push each other to try and outdo the other team. This will create a stronger bond with the clerks, And by doing both of the incentives, it would make the clerks more competitive and also help build a bond between the clerks and create more of a not more of a friendly competition and help them learn each other's faults and strengths, and they could help each other out. And if they meet their monthly goal of the $6,673 and some change, that would also not only help each clerk or team member with an incentive award, but it would also help Atlas make their goals to where they're no longer incurring this indebtedness to the bank. And the third question is, what should the incentives be, and what would you give them, monthly or quarterly? Excuse me. So, if an individual clerk exceeds their goal of the $6,673.33, then they would receive the individual incentive award and be recognized at a quarterly award ceremony. Atlas could make this an additional day off per month or some other type of incentive. Again, I think it would depend on the incentive survey. What do the employees find important to them? Would the one day off be more important, or would they want a monetary award or some other type of incentive? Maybe they just want a plaque that they could put up on their desk or have their photo put up in the break room showing that they're the quarterly incentive award winner. Um, as far as the team, I would say I would still recommend doing a quarterly award uh, ceremony. And again, each team would be recognized for meeting or exceeding that goal of the $6,673.33. I guess if you wanted, you could double those amounts. If you put them in teams of two, then $12,000 in teams of three. Then it would be 18,000, and so on, depending on how large the teams were. And they could again have the team award where they're showing in the break room with a photo and recognized as the best team. And I think at the end of the appraisal cycle, you should also reward that team, and that would also encourage more competitiveness within the organization and help not only the team or individuals meet their goal, but for Atlas to also meet their goal in getting a handle on collecting the amount that their customers owe to them, so they're no longer incurring a debt to the bank. Thank you.